Hey guys, this is Max, and Max wants some tights made, so I went ahead and made a pattern and made a few pairs and decided to go ahead and make a tutorial on how to make them. So let's get started. You will need the pattern, scissors, thread, your fabric, and some needle pins. So here I am just pinning the pattern to my fabric. Then I'm going to cut it down to size so it's easier to work with, and I'm going to cut out the pattern. Make sure that you're using double layers so that you'll have two different legs. Now that we're finished cutting, we're going to remove the pins and the pattern, lay your fabric out so you see you have two pieces. Then you're going to lay them against each other, even them out, and you're going to sew along the line where you see where I pointed at it. You're just going to sew that through. After you're done tying off your thread, you'll notice that both pieces are now attached. Now it's time to sew the waistband. So you're going to fold it over and just sew along the line. You can use pins for this, but I prefer not to, and you just sew straight across. Also, you're going to want the top part being folded into the part we just sewed, so there is no fraying on the outside of the pants. Now it's time to sew the legs. You're going to want to fold it over, and the waistband, the good side, you're going to make this fold over to the middle of the leg, as you see in the video. You're just going to sew right up the leg, almost all the way. Once you get right there to the crotch area, you're going to stop and tie it off. And then you are going to do it to the opposite side as well, face it in, and then just sew right up the other leg. Make sure that you don't go all the way up the leg, just sew all the way up to the crotch area and then stop. Now it's time for the last sewing part. You're going to line up the back of the tights and you're going to sew right there. I normally like to sew a little V right there so that there's more support at the crotch area, and then I'll go up and start sewing along with that line to sew it completely closed. When you're sewing across this line, make sure that you're only sewing the two pieces together and you're not accidentally sewing the front to the back, because then you'll have to redo this entire stitch line. Now we're done with sewing, it's time to turn the tights inside out so they can be worn. I use either scissors or a pencil to get these inside out because they're really hard to get the small pieces out. Now let's see how well they fit Max. As you can see, these fit Max pretty well, and she's on a pure Neemo extra small body, but I also wanted to show how they fit the regular Blythe body as well. So I've made a few videos to compare the sizing next to a Blythe body and the pure Neemo extra small.